G'day, welcome to Supercoach 360. How you doing? It's your boy Juzzy J in the coach's box for yet another week of talking Supercoach. Round 2 done and dusted. Round 3 done and dusted. Because that was the round we were up to. It's round 4 this week, and I am paying attention.
Off to a cracking start.
G'day, Con. How you going, bud?
Good, mate. How are you?
Oh, yeah, all right. Trying to find your camera. There we go.
No, it doesn't need to be found. It's all right.
Oh, well, your haircut's better than last week. For anyone who didn't see it, tune in the Facebook Live video from last week, and yeah, check out Con's haircut. It's absolutely insane. He looks like a young Monty Burns. That's it. Especially with the couple of teeth gone. Amazing. Anyway, let's talk some Supercoach. So, Con, how was your week?
Yeah, average.
Average?
Yeah.
Look
nothing
at you.
to write home about.
Full of life once again.
I was, but I had an average week. What do you? Oh, yeah, I had an average week, Juzzy. It was average.
Yeah, that's it. 100%. Tell me how crap it was and why.
Well, bad captain choice.
Yeah, who'd you go?
Can't remember.
I went David Fafita.
Bad.
Yeah, bit me in the ass.
I went Val.
You went Val?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scored a 10.77.
Yeah, I was just short of that. See, I had a rough week. I lost in the Podmasters Cup to Timmy Williams from the Supercoach Playbook. Shout out, Timmy. Good work, buddy.
Timmy.
He captained Harry Grant. Got him over the line. But got him over the line. And yeah, DF just absolutely crueled me. You know, if I'd played just about anyone else as my captain, I would have done better. But these are the decisions we lament for the rest of the season. Let's see how we go. Time to turn it around this week.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, that's it. I've got no idea who I'm captaining yet. But big news, Nico is back.
That's Cameron my captain,
Munster.
Baby.
Yeah, Cameron Munster said to be back. Nate Cleary facing an enormous break-even. Jerome Hughes out suspended. It's a crazy week in Supercoach. So let's start with Nico, Nath, and Munster. Are you going any, all? What are you doing?
I'm getting Hines.
You getting Nico?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you already got rid of Nath?
Yeah.
What about Munster? You looking at him?
Yeah, I'm seriously considering Munster over Hines, but at the moment I'm going Hines and I've slapped the C on him.
Oh, hello. That's it. I've gotten rid of Dewey, KP, who I brought in after week 1. Then he got knocked out. I held him last week. So yeah, for me, time to go on him. And I'm doing him, Dewey, and Nath to Nico, Munster, and bringing in Joshy Schuster, man. Looked the goods, didn't he?
He did. It was very nice to watch.
Yeah, it looked a lot tidier than last year. He can still pull off the no-look pass, but just the way he stares straight at the defensive line and just runs straight ahead.
Those exact same passes and plays this week could easily find a touchy for old mate in the front row. Like, consistency's got to be a thing for him. He's got to put those passes on the chest week in, week out. Play in, play out. Set in, set out. Like, not just here and there.
Let's see how we go, hey? Like, I don't know, I'm bringing in the gamble. I'm taking the gamble on him.
No, I'm definitely bringing him in next week.
Yeah. Yeah, see, next week you're going for him. You're going to wait that extra week, get the extra
No,
week.
I got too much shit going on this week.
Well, see, like, for me, like, Schuster, Schuster's sort of a necessary trade to get the cash to afford Munster.
Yeah.
But then I've got some other options that I could go to. For example, I was going to move on Brandon Smith last week. At the last minute, heard he was playing. Ditched Tanner Boyd instead. So I've still got Brandon Smith, a decision to make there. I've lost the cash on Teddy already. So I think he's got to break even. Well, it's still pretty high now, isn't it? Like 120 or something.
Who's that, bud?
Teddy.
123.
123.
115, sorry.
Oh, there you go.
I bet you by the time he plays next week, it's different.
Yeah, well, Nace was different this week.
They change every week, even though they have the bye. I don't understand it. Or they're injured, or they're suspended, or something. It will change every single week, even though they don't play. Why?
It'd be in the algorithm that has to change, probably.
Because of the dollar, the magic numbers changed.
Not sure. I'm guessing that, value per dollar's changed because the end of the year's gotten closer.
Shouldn't matter.
I don't know
it
how
should
it
be
works.
once.
If anyone from Supercoach, you know, the people that do the scoring or anything like that, listen to us by any reason, please let us know, because we'd love to fucking know. All right, so Nath, holding, selling. What do you reckon, boys? Start with you, Con.
I sold him before their buy to Trindle.
And then
I was hoping Hines would be out for a little bit longer, ride Trindle and then straight swap him to Hines.
Yep.
But Hines come back early and Trindle still got money to make, so I've gone Dewey to Hines instead and kept Trindle.
That's
another
it.
price rise, maybe, hopefully 2.
It's it. Hopefully 2. If he comes
And
out
then
and does
he'll
all
go to
right off the
Munster.
bench.
Then Katoa will just go back up in half.
Okay, so you're riding the Isaiah Katoa wagon?
No, hopefully not for too much longer.
But I'm just saying you are currently, yeah?
Yeah, but Jonah Present making a good case to come into my team in a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah?
Even if I know he won't play in between round 7 and Origin, but I don't mind that.
Fair enough. That's an interesting one. Virgo.
I'm a bit in, don't know what I'm going to do about it at the moment. If I am going to sell Nath, it's definitely going to be to a Nico, but I feel Nico could easily come out. No one's really come out and set the world on fire game 1, so I'm a bit...
Garrick did.
Yeah, Garrick did, you're right. But none of the halves have really... Like Cherry had that one game, then a cold game. No one's really gone back to back to back.
Dylan Brown went back to back. In his last 2.
He has, but no one's tripled up.
Yeah,
which is a bit of a worry.
Trindle's gone 60 plus, I think. Maybe. 50.
No, he got a 40. He got a 47.
Yeah, that's right.
Last week, I think. But yeah, look for me, I'm thinking about just holding on to Nath, keeping that trade, watching Nico. I know I can't afford for Nath to hit 50, because that's going to be a massive price drop.
I see if Nath loses another 150 odd K in the next 2 weeks, and Hines doesn't even have a price change, then you've got to find an extra $150,000 to go from Nath to Hines.
Look, I can boost and do it. I can honestly boost and do it.
Bergs, I was telling you earlier today. What's my plan then? I'm literally just straight swapping Nath before his price drop to Nico, and I'm going to ride Nico for 2 weeks. If he scores the points, awesome. If not, hopefully in any cash Nath's going to drop, he drops in that time, and then I swap straight back to him. Because I need that good point score in half, and hopefully Nath's coming on song by then if Nico isn't firing quickly. Otherwise, my goal is to try and turn Trindle in 2 weeks, plus, $100,000, $200,000, back to Nath. And then I've got both of them, and that's it. Bang, locked in, not touching them for the season.
Look, I see the merit in it. Like, I'd have to boost to do it. Like, for me personally, it'd be a boost trade. Boosted last week. So I don't know if I want to particularly boost or just ride out the Nath train. I do see in an perfect Origin world where Nico Hines gets the 14 as well, so he's not going to be as available as he was.
Jackie.
Huh?
Over Jackie boy.
Jackie probably gets his...
Nico probably gets 18th man.
Back. Maybe. I can't see him running Luai again.
I reckon?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. I don't know what they're going to do. But Nico deserves a shout, because he can slot into a few different positions rather than...
Well, he's not getting a centre spot if Trell and Turbo fit.
Oh, they're both
and
fit.
Teddy's fit.
They're looking fit.
Yeah, that's it. But should anything happen in game, he could easily go into centre, into fullback, into half, or 5'8".
So can Whiten.
Yeah?
Yeah, Jackie does. And he steps up at
And he
Origin.
can blow into the forward pack just as easily too.
Yeah, you could. You could run him through the mid-range.
And he's an Origin player, Jackie. Boy. He's made for Origin.
He got dogged last year, so can also see him get dogged again. So one of them things.
He messed up at the start of the year. Depends if Freddie sees that as a mess up, doesn't it?
It's just it's an Origin thing. Like you've
got
to
Jackie boy has had fuck ups his whole career, mate. He's alright.
He's used to it. It's his brush.
All right, so boosting. That's what you wanted to talk about, yeah?
Yeah, well, like it is a boost, another boost feasible this week. I know people that have boosted every week so far. That scares me because I want to have at least 3 boosts for Origins, which means if I do boost this week, means I really don't have the luxury of...
Why do you need 3 boosts for Origin?
I just want them.
Now that it's only 13 side teams that you have to field.
I still just want to have them for that period, like it's a messy-looking period. Just with all the buys, there's major buy week and then the small buy weeks.
Use those boosts now to plan for those and have a preemptive strike on it.
Because preemptive strike's madness. We've all preempted in the past,
when you
and these players we preempt for don't play.
just can I throw a scenario at you?
Yeah.
Say, for instance, you save these 3 boosts for the Origin, and then you only need to use 1. Then you got 2 boosts for the last 7 rounds.
Have you looked into the buy period?
How many
there?
boosts did you use last year?
4. Look, we're not talking about me. We're not talking about me.
Well, I think we are talking about you, aren't we?
We're talking about
you wanting to save 3 boosts for Origin, and I think that's madness.
Well, I've looked.
You have to use a boost accordingly to how you need to use them, I feel. Doesn't matter when it is.
But it would be a luxury trade for me to go to Nath to Nico this week. But it'd also be because I've made the 2 trades that I've made in
Preston
and Lemu Elu, right? They're my 2 trades that I've made this week.
Yeah,
so
you're going for the cash there.
The luxury, I am going for the cash there,
Yeah.
and I think with Felice Kafusi getting them 4 weeks, I think big con's a massive shout. Like, and sitting there in centre wing, it's that dream position of a second rower.
Supercoach Gold.
You know, and he's just going to chug along with really good base, I feel, for me down there. Which
He
is
just loves an offload.
He's an aerial I've sort of struggled in at the start of the year already, so I feel he could easily just go there and get me solid 60.
There.
And I just would
Especially
be happy.
if he plays 80. If he plays 80,
even 65 with his offload and attack.
I want him 80.
I want him 82, but I'm willing to cop a 65 at 340 grand. You know, I expect him over 4 weeks to get me close to 500. I hope, and with that money, I can, do some wonderful things with my side. And then the other one I brought in was Preston. I didn't jump on Preston last week. I done what you did, jumped on Trindle. I got rid of Tanner Boyd though, not Nath. But I got on Trindle in the hopes that he was going to have an extra couple of weeks, which I'm not sold on Nico being 100% fit either.
I don't think he plays if he's not 100% fit, man.
Well,
Why would they save him for the first 3 weeks and then go, oh, well, we're 4 weeks into a 27-week season. Let's play him now when he's not 100% fit. That just doesn't make sense to me.
So you done that at the bye after that?
They got round 6. But they're also not winning games. They've won 1 from 3, so... if he comes on and then they get to a decent lead, then I can just see him getting hooked and
so they're 1 from 3. They throw him out there at 80%. He does his calf, he's out for another 10 weeks. How are they going to look after that?
Well, not that. Like he might be 100% fit, but it's one of them injuries that goes very easily. Like it's a calf tear. Like it's a reoccurring one.
Well, your boy Tavita knows all about it.
Well, there's a few that have had reoccurring calf injuries over the past few years, and they come back. Like, it's one of them things, and I can just see him maybe either getting eased back a little bit. You never know. Trindle might even start the game because he's on the bench. Like, and Nico comes on and does a little bit at the end. Like, imagine how pissed people are going to be over that. Like,
that ain't happening.
I'm just saying hypotheticals, and it'd be a luxury trade.
Don't just say those hypotheticals.
Well, the other one who's heavily traded out this week that I want to talk about, like we've talked a lot about Nath going to Nico, but a lot of people are going Teddy to Walsh. Like, I see the merit in it.
I am.
I see the merit in it.
No, I'm not. I already said it last week too, sorry.
There you go. But yeah, I see the merit in that. Any of you thinking about Sack and Teddy?
Well, I sacked him last week and I got Walsh this week, so I kind of did it. I just did it a week apart.
Yeah, what about you?
Wish I could, but I probably don't get Munster. Well, actually, no, that's probably the cash that could get me Munster. I might actually have to have a look because I might be able to do that. Pass on Schuster and downgrade Teddy.
Absolutely.
Just to be there, same price next week, bro.
Reece Walsh going to be 80k dearer.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. I don't really want to miss out on Reece Walsh, and he looks like solid, man. Like, I know we're only a couple of games in, small sample size, but
the Finns, Titans, Raiders, and Tigers in the next 4. So
sweet run into Origin.
Yeah, not exactly.
Just know that people within the circle, not me in particular, but people within the circle think trap of Reece Walsh. She was on fucking, I think, single digits at half time last week, and people still haven't known where he got the 90 points from. So, like, don't get me wrong, we've seen it, but yeah, it was a very big jump for a half, and if he doesn't get to inject himself into games, I don't see him putting in the base work. Well, he had decent base. You came to the town with the math on that, didn't you?
37 in base and power. From
That's
the numbers, what
okay.
I showed up.
It's not bad.
It's not horrible. And with that forward pack, they're generally going to be laying a good platform. With Adam Reynolds shearing them around, they're usually going to be in good positions. And when he's feeding blokes like Herbie, Tony Staggs, Selwyn Cobbo, like, give them half a gap and they're through. They're gone.
Well, Huss and Carrigan both come back where they've left off from last year.
Yeah.
Huss was a broken man, still going pretty good.
Flegler's playing good football.
Yeah.
Corey Jensen's doing his role off the bench.
Yeah. No, he started last week, I think.
No, they swapped.
Jensen. Huh?
They swapped. Flegler started.
Oh, did they? Yeah. Yeah, so he had the start number, but yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, all right. But yeah, so Teddy, would you look at punting Teddy? He's got a high break even of 115.
How much cash did you lose last week?
75,000.
And that's the thing. 115 break even is definitely doable for Teddy.
Who are they playing this week?
By this week.
Oh,
that's why he's heavily sold.
And then Parramatta the week after.
But coming off the bye, I think we've all seen you get that week off, you get that little bit of freshness back, you know. That's just what I'm looking at.
He was fresh at the start of the year, wasn't he? We're only 3 weeks into the season. It's not like it's been a grueling campaign yet.
Yeah, but you're still getting a week off, and then you get to have a week off, come back. Others than that.
I have absolutely no regrets in selling Teddy.
No, you're pretty happy with it?
Considering I just heard he lost 75k last week. Yep.
Yeah, he did. He lost 75k. And
I had to take the hit to get on the cheapies that were going to make more. So it was just a balance sort of thing. It was like, well, I'm going to make more money by getting on these guys than I am lose money by getting off Teddy. And I thought, if in any game, the Roosters game, he's going to turn up. The Souths game, he's going to turn up. And he did, but just, not hard enough.
No, see, he's still playing good NRL football. It's just not producing Supercoach points, unfortunately, for him at the moment.
Well, look, I'd only sell him to Trell. I wouldn't gamble on anyone else, to be brutally honest with you. I know there's the Reece Walshes and that of the world, but I think Trell would be the way to go for me, with the goal kicking capabilities. What are we, round 4 now? Yep. They've only got a couple more games of their tougher draw, and it starts to open up for them too, I think. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'll even sell Teddy. He's my season-long guy,
Is he?
He has been.
So Teddy Turbo's going to be your final combination, fully fit.
We talked about this last week.
In saying that, last year, that is what crewed me. That's what crewed me last year, but like hanging on to Teddy too long when there was that period we should have sold.
So why are you now convinced that he's your season-long guy and you can't sell him?
Oh, I just don't think it's the right time to sell him now, That's all.
All right, well, yeah, you take the risk. I mean, now that I've realised that I can do it and possibly get Munster and Reece Walsh at the same time for the cash grab, then yeah, I might do that. Look, that's my strategy this early part of the year. I've got a set number of trades that I'm looking to be able to use in the first 5-6 weeks, and that's just to get my team built to where I want it and make as much cash. Try and avoid losing cash on guns, and bringing them back in once they drop a bit in cash. Getting on cheapies, the same thing. Getting off before they start leaking any cash. That's all I'm trying to do.
I'm going to say Reece Walsh should be the highest averaging player in the game after round 7.
Cons, put it there. Put it there with Con. All right, well, because we're talking trades and trade-ins and outs, so just want to run through the high break.
Hold on, before you jump into that, can I jump in and say g'day? Shane Foot's in there. He's got a question.
Footy.
He says, hey lads. Just go. Hey lads, sell Dewey now that he's named at fullback?
I am, personally. Not just because he's named a fullback, just because the Tigers look horrendous and he didn't look interested last week. Even when the Tigers put on those 4 tries, I still didn't really see him.
It is a worry. Oh, look, I'm holding faith, personally, only because I'd go, if I do, actually, I could trade. I don't have the money, actually, to trade from Dewey to Munster, so I can't go that way, but if I had the money, I'd honestly look at going Dewey to Munster, just because Munster come out the finger out of his fucking skin and everything. Got a 65 in round 1.
72, wasn't it?
Huh? No, it was 65.
Still very well for a dude whose fingers poking
Literally
out
come out of his skin, you know.
Yeah.
So, and he came back out and dealt it on. So, for me, Munster is the guy. I would aim to get rid of Dewey if I could, but I don't mind him at fullback in saying that either. He played well there for Souths a few years back.
The other thing that worries me is the Storm have been embarrassed the last 2 weeks. Craig's not happy. I can't imagine it's going to be a pleasant week at training this week. And I think they're going to come out with a defensive mindset and a point to prove that we're still here, boys, to play football. Don't forget about us, and the Tigers aren't going to score many points.
Yeah, well, that's a worry for Dewey. That's a worry for anyone that's got a Tiger, except for maybe a big Steph or a forward. But yeah, you got to expect Melbourne to turn it around sooner rather than later too. Like, he's not one to mess about. I'll belly ache.
All right, Scotty Smith says, g'day. Vowsy's in there as well. Lloyd Clark, Lance
Vowsy,
George.
Scotty.
Lance says Schuster's base stats was 9 or something like that, up until he got on and helped set up those tries. Ross Mann says, my God, Con's wearing a shirt. I know, we're amazed too. Nath Webb, hey guys, thoughts on trading Smith Shields to Garrick or get Sloan instead, hold the cash for Nico next week? Everyone else is saying, by the way, they're worried about having Nico with Braden Trindle still on the bench, the bye coming next week. Thoughts, fellas?
Look, for me, if you can get to Garrick now,
Nico.
I'd get Garrick today.
And you wouldn't get Nico?
I'd fucking work on getting Nico's got a couple of weeks for his money goes. You can at least have a look. What if he comes out and gets 20-20? You know, I know it's very highly unlikely that happens, but you just don't know, man. You don't know where he's. Now, I'm not going to say it like his mental state coming back from an injury like that. He might not want to just spring. He might be a bit tentative, you know what I mean, and give more than he runs. Like, don't get me wrong, it still equates, but he's a good runner. If you catch my drift, I'd wait and see on Nico and grab Garrick today.
Yeah, well, Garrick's break-even's 33.
Expect him to do well as well.
Playing South this week.
Still get a try, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like with Turbo, mate. He's fixture-proof. He's like Latrell. They're fixture-proof people.
I was thinking about vice captaining Garrick.
It's not a bad shout, mate.
Until I went with Walsh.
Garrick's got the kicking, you know?
I know.
That's just what I like about Garrick. That's what I liked about Val. I'm spewing I went Val over him at the start of the season. But, yeah.
Quite content going both.
Oh, you snapped them both, didn't you? Where you at, big fella over there? You got any more?
Yeah, Shane Austin. No, sorry, Scott Smith says, yeah, not going Nico till after the bye. Trindle on the bench. Sharks could be up. And he'll get hooked. What you guys said as well.
Yeah.
Bowsy, trade for me this week, lads. Sitting 120th so far. Who's your smoky of the week to get 100? Who's your smoky for a century? Yeah, shout out Vowsy. Good on you, buddy.
Vowsy. Let me have a look at the matchup.
It's because you're sitting there listening to us in the workshop. Good on you, bud. Not doing anything we fucking say, but
shout out Southcott Hydraulics.
Yes, well done, Con. It's the boys at Southcott and the girls, sorry.
Yeah, everyone.
There you go. See, you guys do understand pronouns. Anyway.
What am I looking at in here?
Who's your smoky of the week to get a century for Vowsy?
Smoky of the week to get a century will be...
Why don't I let you guys think on that? We'll come back to it.
Reece Walsh, if everyone's riding him off.
Greg Marju. Greg Marju.
Got the starting wing spot over Dom Young, doesn't he?
He does. He's back over there at Newcastle. He's highly expensive though, $545K.
You know what? I'm going to go your boy.
Well, on Carraz.
Lemu Elu.
Yeah, Lemu Elu. Good shout, man. Good shout. I like him. Up against Brisbane, it's going to be a big game. I feel like Wayne's going to have him up for that. And I think it's at Suncorp, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking oath, man. Like Wayne
Sold out last week, I think.
Yeah.
Or
See, what
this week.
That is going to be a great game of football.
Oh, it's going to be a cracking atmosphere. I'd love to have been there.
Yeah, Felice is fucking spewing.
Oh, he'll be there, bro.
rightfully so, man. Like, that is absolute fucking bullshit.
What?
How he cops 4 weeks for that, and Joseph Swaley pays, what, $750?
3K.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 3K's heaps.
Uncle Nick did. Oh, yeah, another one. But yeah, come on, man. Like,
All right, boys, get into it.
it was half late. Wasn't high. He was fine, Jackson Hastings. Yes, he got taken off for a HIA, but that's just because of fucking Nancy people that are doing it these days.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. He's
Swaley's was heaps worse.
harshly done by. I think he's had notes taken against him in every game, but if you catch me...
No, I understand. It's reputation that got him there.
Yeah. Whereas Suwali, I don't think has that as being a 19-year-old kid, hasn't got that
he hasn't heard it
yet. So that's
time.
where his fines come from. You said something about that the grading or something the other day, Juzzy, didn't you? Or
the previous offences have nothing to do with how it's graded.
Yeah.
The previous offences come into when the sentence is, like when you're getting your, however much you're getting, your suspension. That's when your previous charges come in. If you hadn't had those 5, I think, previous charges, he probably would have got a week.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, well, he's brought half of it on himself.
No, he's brought it all on himself, but
not that.
like he hit him in the shoulder. It was a little bit late, but I don't think he could have pulled out of it, even though he tried. And Suwali just chance past the ball, seen a fucking open back, and just went bang and drove his shoulder straight into there. Oh, that was a dog shot.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That
should have been 4 weeks. Just for being a grub.
Yeah, well, you know yourself, the system's a bit flawed.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad flawed.
At least I'm glad that they fucking held their stance with Ryan Madison, the douchebag.
Oh, yeah, not
trying to backflip on not paying the fine and taking the ban. No, mate.
Yeah.
You said it too late.
Yeah,
don't try and blame, it's grand final, hangover, rah, 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 bullshit.
You got to take your medicine with that one.
Yeah. And you deserve all the shit you get.
Yeah, and you know what? His teammate, he should be he'd want to put in the fucking best performance of his life on Friday or Thursday night, whenever they play. I think it's Thursday.
Might be worth buying him, because
he'll knock himself out. He can knock himself out first tackle. Matto. Who else, bro?
Yeah, okay. Hey, boys, what's it called?
Sleepy Madison.
The comments disappear like there's only a limited number, so I've got to quickly race through a few of them. Ross says Nico to Clearo to Nico is sideways. Shane Foote says Walsh a trap, low scores are coming. Ross agrees. Base is about 20.
After a month.
And Scott Smith says he was on like 30 with 10 to go. If he doesn't get those 2 tries, he's in serious trouble.
Roscoe from Off the Bench podcast.
BJ on game day, speaking of podcasts.
Hang on, wait. Just on that, how many times have you sat there, like plenty of times last year with Ruben Garrick in your team? He was on 20-odd with like 15, 20 minutes to go. Then Turbo puts him over for 3 tries, he cracks 100, and everyone forgets about that.
I mean, that's
because Reece Walsh does it, and everyone wants to buy him now, he's trapped.
That's it. It's a game of pressure and fatigue, ultimately. Games can be won and lost easily in the last 10 minutes. This season's shown that in droves already. Like, we've seen quite a few games turn around inside the last few 10 minutes. There was a few over the weekend.
We've seen Latrell put on 70 points in 15 minutes and shit.
We've seen Puppy in the Storm score 4 tries in 4 minutes, bro.
Like,
I've seen
Reece Walsh isn't an exception.
I've seen Pappy bang on 100 points in 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you remember his score was trash before that. Yeah, you were like, where has he been? Where has he been? High scorer of the week.
KP's a favourite for it.
Yeah.
Be on 7 and bang, 7 minutes later he's done 2 things, set up tries and shit, and then bang, he's on 70 odd. It's like, oh shit.
Cheering.
Or he'll do all that in the first 10 minutes and then he'll score 80 at the end of the game. It's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, everyone does it.
It's crazy.
Well, not everyone, but backs are fickle.
BJ on game day wants to know when was the last time you hit the plastic saxophone. I didn't know you were a musician, Bergs.
I use a glass saxophone.
Yeah, it's glass.
Steve Austin, I'm not sure what he's talking about. Reckons we ripped them during the show. Might be talking about my clothes or something.
Stone cold, bro. That's stone cold. What's Stone Cold doing the wrestling? Do you make it sound like Nick Flair in it?
Ric Flair.
Peter Morrill says he sold Dewey to Munster. BJ reckons this is the caravan from Breaking Bad. Brady Smith's in there as well. Darcy Barlow, say good day.
Boys.
What's up?
People think we're doing some cooking in here. Any guys making biscuits or anything? A cake maybe?
I'll have some.
No, shit is burning. My bad.
Guys, thoughts on Reese Hunt calling Horseburger?
Royce Hunt. I loved it.
I loved the gutter dog.
Loved it.
Good on him. I think it's awesome. And you know what? It's good. I like it. It's good for banner. Like, hopefully they start something special. Like, and they have like.
Hopefully they do smash each other next game.
Mad running battles. Like, it's been a long time since we've had that.
We get some Chief and Spud action happening.
Where people at the end they're all shaking hands and mates. I want some pure fucking hatred for them.
Well, I'm happy for them to shake hands and shit at the end, but I want them to fucking rip each other's heads off during the game.
Pure hatred for a bloke just works better. Like, if you just don't genuinely dislike a bloke, like, you just want to hurt
Like
him.
Nate Miles and Paul Gallen.
Yeah, like, Gal just wanted to punch his fucking head in.
Nate Miles just wanted to headbutt him every time he tackled him.
Yeah. We couldn't help it. 6 times the head on the bloke. It's like he was a walking face.
BJ wants to know who finishes number one front row forward. Tarpany, Haas, or you got a Smoky?
You have to go with Haas at the moment.
Paying us for sure. Like, just, you know what? We've been talking about paying us since we've started podcasting, man.
He's a weapon.
And how he went a little bit under the radar at the start of the year. I know he had some off-field dramas with what his mum was doing, but, bro, his footy speaks for itself. Last year he was playing with 2 busted shoulders, still chugging along nicely.
Yeah.
You know? Like, granted, he was not no Tarpany or not no Tino, but he was chugging along with the rest, you know? He was chugging along with the next tier down easily, and he had 2 bung shoulders. Yeah, I just like him, man. I rate him. He's probably the form super coach front rower.
He's probably the form front rower.
Yeah.
Full stop.
With just his super coach points, like how easily he accumulates them. Like, a couple of times you'll be worried, and the next thing you know, he's a couple of things, and he's...
Well, he usually takes a hit up a set.
Yeah, and
or
he's
at least every 80% of the sets that he's on the field, he's taking a hit up.
Carries 3, normally bumps one off with there, so there's his tackle
Starts
break,
doing
8
a bit
meters.
of offloading.
It's just points galore for the bloke. Like, every time he runs the ball.
And still makes his 30 tackles, 25, 30 tackles.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Luke Smith says, do you guys know how to build a DeLorean? Struggling this year, need to go back 2 weeks, reverse a few trades.
No, but I've got a flux capacitator in here.
I wouldn't be going back to start Supercoach season.
Nah, you got time, Lukey, to pull it around, bro. Got to remember, I think...
No, I mean DeLorean.
Oh, I'm talking Supercoach. I'm back.
I'm going back to win money on bets.
You've still got time, but you've still got time to pull the season around. If you have a look at them teams coming first, like we had a look at the team that pulled first last week, he'll be in trouble in a couple of weeks. So yeah, hang in there, brothers.
All right, you got some stuff there?
Sure do. Now I've just got a high BE. Just yeah, I don't know if we'll just say yeah, you get rid of them, or yeah, you whatever. Hang on, if you have or whatever. But
sell them all.
Nath with the 161.
Pepperville.
Massive one. A lot of people selling Nath.
Yeah, I'm jumping on the train, bro.
Yours going to sell for sure.
Yeah, man.
He's your captain.
I think at the very least it's going to be a very tough game for him against Parramatta. Drop cash over a couple of weeks. Wait till his break-even balances out again. Hopefully pick him up somewhere around 600k. Sheer and set and forget.
Ain't you getting him that cheap?
Yeah, see, I am contemplating going to Nico just for that safety money.
2 weeks of a free look, man. I can let Nath lose money for 2 weeks and then go straight back to him.
do worry that Nico's just going to get benched, but as well, which is a bit worrying. Then you got Dewey with 101, break even. Another one you've sold.
Yeah, named at fullback.
Conyu selling this week.
Who's that, buddy?
Dewey.
Yeah, go on.
Dewey, yeah. See, me, I'm thinking about holding on to Dewey. That is named at fullback. It is a bit of a worry. Dane Laurie named on the bench, though. So, could get hooked or anything. Then you got IPAP, 139. Look, for me, what they were lacking last week's exactly what IPAP brings for me. Like, when Arpey went, there was no one with him, and he went to IPAP's side, so for me, IPAP would have been there and got that ball. You see when Arpey popped out late in the first half against the Dogs, IPAP would have hit that hole and scored a try.
A few times Arpey popped out.
And I just feel that him back this week, I'm not saying he'll get his 139, but if you've got him on his potential, and his potential...
I mean, with his base, 2 tries, 2 line breaks, he could hit that 140. That's probably his ceiling, somewhere up around there. But
his gameplay's changed since moving clubs a bit as well. Like, it's a different...
But are the Tigers winning games? Sometimes you got to let the footy players just go out there and play their brand of footy. Fuck Luke Brooks off. Anyway, that's just my opinion.
And I think most Tigers supporters are with you on that one. But he's averaging okay, Brooksy, isn't he? Supercoach.
Yeah, how's he going?
54.
54.
Oh, yeah, not too great.
65 plus, remember?
Yeah.
Then next one on the list is a Trell with a 123. I think they play Manly. Could get it. He could get anything, Latrell, at any time. It's not that he's looked disinterested or anything either over the last few weeks. He's looked pretty good. So if you have him, I'd hold him personally. Guys, if you have him, would you hold him?
Trell?
Yeah.
Because you got either that or contemplate the downgrade to Reece Walsh for the cash grab.
Well, his break even's higher than Teddy's, and I haven't heard him in saying that he's not as highly owned as Teddy, but
and also he's got the goal kicking, so which is sort of points built in each week, which Teddy doesn't get. Teddy has to make them up in base and power or creativity.
Now another one that I've seen in Brad's write-up actually, Cam Murray. He's got 115 break even. I've seen in his write-up, I think it was a downgrade to like Preston's or something, and you're banking 400k if you haven't already done so. Downgraded to Preston's, but Cam Murray's he's the same sort of thing. I think you brought him in as your season-long keeper as your anchor point in your second row. So I just don't understand why people are quick to want to sell him. I understand the cash grab side of it, but he's still your anchor. He hasn't thrown out 2 shitter scores, has he?
I don't know.
I think his first round score was like a beauty.
Yeah.
And then I think the second round was a bit tougher. And then last week I'm pretty sure he got close to a 60-ish. Not sure.
61 last week.
Yeah, so he's
averaging 61, or just under 62 for the year.
But price of what, 80?
70-ish.
Yeah. Then Munster, he's back after his layoff with the finger injury. He's got a break even of 110, easily achievable. Easily achievable against the Tigers, which you've said that they will come out and wallop Con.
I believe so.
Yeah. So I wouldn't sell Munster if you held on during his injury, I'm guessing.
The longer this podcast is going, the more I'm thinking about not getting Hines, getting Munster.
Really?
Yeah.
You bastard. I can't afford him. I'd have to lose out on Lemu Elu.
I've still got 400k left.
I'll sell Teddy.
Oh, jeez. Then Cook's on 109, and then Val's on a 94 as well. So both of them, I'd hold on if I owned. I'm holding Val as I own. Could easily get a 92 anytime.
I'd flick Cook to Harry if I didn't own.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But apart from that, I'd probably hold him. Maybe go to Robson. I like Robson, but I'm a biased fan, owner.
Alright, then the low break evens over here. I've got Preston's with a minus 62.
If you didn't get on last week, get on.
Yeah,
He's just not
you
playing
got
Supercoach.
He's only 31% owned on last week's thing, so expect that to go up this week. Alamotti with a minus 42, 59% owned.
Can we just shout out to Alamotti? and his amazing effort on the weekend. I mean, he got like a 78 in Supercoach, which is pretty good, especially considering like how cheap he is. But can we just praise the effort that he to get out and get down the field twice?
He done it right. Looked very slow though.
Very slow, but like I love
New
how
world's slowest fast kid.
I love how Addo-Carr just realised and just went, all right, I'll just jog with you. Sort of thing. Like you saw Addo-Carr just.
He could have at least made it look like he was trying to run fast. To
oh yeah, he did.
Confidence. No, he didn't just jog down like, yeah, bro.
He was on the mosey.
But it worked.
If you want.
It worked. He was better off staying there for support to allow the draw pass to happen, because that's how he got the try. Like, yeah, it was good. Great example of teamwork.
Mate, I'm telling you, the Fox set that try up for himself. Alamotti went through, gave Fox the ball because he had speed. Fox took off, seen old mate coming across, passed it back to Alamotti really early, so he had to draw old mate then, and then he would have given the ball back to Fox, who would have had clean passage.
Yeah,
Fox set
good on
that
Fox.
all up for himself.
Yeah, but good on him.
Look good on him. Gives a young kid a fucking try.
No.
You bastard.
He
scored plenty, you're going to score plenty more.
He was gassed.
He didn't have the legs, the poor fella.
Yeah, that's it. He was gassed. There was a chance if you left the ball with him, he wasn't getting to the line.
Then we got Sloan. Now, highly talked about Sloan. Got a minus 41 average. Scored a try. Still only got a 53.
And Con, you took a shit all over Sloan at the start of the year. Are you still sticking true with that? He's a dud and a void?
Yeah, he fucking made some lucky cash.
Yeah.
Good on him, but as soon as these two price rises happen, I'd be flicking. I'd be taking my money and running.
Yeah.
Well, he's 9% owned as we speak, so he's still sort of pod, but I expect him to go up this week because I have seen a lot of people say they want the cash increases. Then Trindle's got a minus 39, so I expect if he stays on the bench, fuck, we get him for one more week. We get one price rise out of the bloke.
And then gone.
Then yeah, it's time to make that decision. He's 12% owned at the moment, but yeah, he's only got to take the field for us to get money. So that's not a bad way of actually looking at him.
I can see him coming on and playing some middle forward. That
What,
ball
like a
distributing role,
lock
like
roll?
a Dylan Walker role.
Well, I think they've already got Cam McInnes, which is that's the drama with doing that.
Cam McInnes can just fucking put his head down, bum up.
Oh, he does. He do anything you want of him. I'll
Yeah.
get his gun. But yeah, so Trindle's. I'm holding on for this week, but
he's been playing too good. Just sit on the bench.
We'll go back
in case you've been 30 points ahead and you want to pull Nico off for a 10-minute breather.
Yeah,
he's got to get some games on. Has to.
Do you put Moylan back to the 14 as that utility?
Not at the moment.
I think
give Braden a shot.
Moyes, to his credit, has complimented Hines.
They were a good foil last year.
They did really good together, so that will.
It's pretty harsh on him because he hasn't really done anything to warrant losing it.
Yeah, he won't lose it.
No, I don't think either. I think
maybe even then it could be a case too many chefs in the kitchen.
Maybe just it. Braden's got to move on next
Oh,
year.
I don't think so.
Trindle and Hines both run the show. So if they're both trying to run the show from opposite sides of the field, could cause
not going to work.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it won't. Like Trindle could adapt or Nico could adapt. They're both great players, but I think Moyes is just the man to suit Hines at the moment.
Then we got your boy Walsh. He's on a minus 32 break even. Only 12% owned when we checked, but you said he was
21,000 people have brought him in so far this week.
Yeah, so that's going to change.
The masses can't be wrong.
Yeah, so minus 32 is just another one. Take the field, score some points. And then you got Hopgood. Now, he's climbed up, so people have been listening to his scores and to podcasts, obviously. Because he's 75% owned now with a minus 32 break even. I think he made 200 and something thousand.
155.
Yeah. So he's made a good chunk of cash.
More to come.
Yeah,
just
plenty.
Get him in your team and leave him there.
Khan Pereira. Now he's 53% owned, but very heavy reliant on attacking stat. Like scored 2 tries last week, only got a 60. So.
But that's it.
That's what you brought him for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know that's what you brought him for, but he's
That's
got
why
absolutely
you got to gamble
base.
with the plays. Like, I know a few of us have done that already. We gambled with the play and we copped his 9 and we copped his low score. And I didn't play him last week because I was burned by that. Bang, that's the week he went over for the double. So you just got to ride that roller coaster sometimes. I mean, try and avoid playing him in your 17 unless, they start looking real good and clicking down there. But, I mean, did anyone see that many points coming against Melbourne for the Titans? No, I didn't.
Well, he was my Tyrell Sloan, just cheaper.
Yeah,
I knew they both had bugger all base, and they were relying on attacking stats. Just figured he was cheaper and in a better team, he could get them.
Well, next on this is Turbos, only 50% owned. Still some scorned people from last year, I think. Well, you see it every week. Oh, he's going to do a Hemi this week or something, and it's like, well, let's fucking hope not. Minus 25 for Turbs. Sky's the limit for the bloke, but could easily get up to be the highest priced fullback this year. You never know. He's got the potential to do so. Anyone not own him?
Nah, I'm on.
Nah, I took me pills.
Yeah, good shit. Sonny Luke, 11% owned, minus 17, break even. Look, I've never been a fan of Sonny since the start of the year. I've always said he was not going to get the right minutes or play the right role at Penrith. Do you, like being a Penrith man, Juzzy, you've now watched the first couple of games. Did you see when Sonny Luke comes on, you see the team better for it or worse for it, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think our attack probably looks a little bit better with him there, but I haven't seen him make, a massive difference, I don't think. It's been an interesting sort of couple of weeks for us. And I think we're still just warming into it. There've been a couple of rough games, so I'll be curious to see what happens this week.
Well, minutes is his factor. Like, he doesn't get nowhere near enough minutes to be even Supercoach relevant.
Well, in his first game, he came on, made the impact in very limited minutes, and in the second game, Mitch Kenny copped that head knock relatively early, and he come on and played, I think, close to 40 odd, maybe even 50 minutes, and scored a 28 or something. So,
yeah. So you don't. That's his game. It suits him to come on.
If he goes back and plays 15 minutes this week against Parramatta for a 20 odd, he's going to get that one price rise, and then he's going to average straight out.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of Sonny, and I don't see him getting these 50 minutes and stuff that people are saying that he's going to get. I see him being, come on with 15 to go, man. Make that impact if they need it with 15 to go. I don't see him playing big minutes. Like Mitch Kenny will play 55, 60 minutes, I think.
Well, as the season goes, if their attack doesn't start developing, obviously shit's got to change. And that could easily be one thing that changes, that Sonny plays more minutes. But for now, I feel Mitch Kenny's predominantly going to play most minutes at hooker.
And then, yeah, I agree. And then the last one on the list is Carraz. Now, I only mention him because he was so highly talked about last week. If you couldn't have got on last week, you've missed the boat.
No, I don't think so.
You've missed the boat.
He's still get on this week.
The big money. But he's minus 15.
I still think you can get on this week.
He's sacrificing gun to get there, but yeah, whereas last week he was still only 500, now he's 700k.
Is he?
Yeah, he's close. Very highly priced, man. I don't actually know his exact dollar value right now.
But if his base and workload is going to stay the same, man, worth it.
Oh, he's 644.
Yeah, worth it. Yeah, this is the week, I think. If you're not getting him this week, I think you're going to wait for him to come back down if he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't knock you from getting on him again this week.
Okay. So would you sideways a Val or something for him, or just ride the Val out?
Oh, see, that was my predicament.
Yeah.
I could either sideways Val to him or upgrade one of my cheapies. But all the cheapies have still got so much more money to be made.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to go that path. I feel Kraz will level out before my cheapies will. And then I just hope I've still got the money in the bank that I've got in the bank now there to
Bit of a war chest.
upgrade it. Yeah. Well, I had $1 million. Well, I got 1 point, no, just over $1 million at the moment. After me trades this week, I'll have 400. So 500.
Interesting. Got some coin, bud.
Getting rid of Nathan and Teddy.
I just want to give a shout out quickly. Now we finished the break-evens, highs and lows. Just shout out to the Podmasters and the SC Hub. I know Watto's been doing some work on a draft podcast for the Hub, and Juzzy's been running the ball up over there at the Podmasters for us. Although I did take on Savs in the Banner Boys comp thing the other day. He dominated me. So, big fella. But yeah, we wrestled. He won. But yeah, it was good. It's good. It's just a good group and good experience. So Pool Man's been doing some little videos and putting them up on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, get around that. Not as much banner as I thought. So hopefully we can bring the banner. I might do some more commenting and just G some people up. The ones that like a G up anyway. I won't G out the ones that get upset by it.
Anyone in particular?
No, just because there's some people who are just a bit more serious than others, and some people can take a joke and others can't. So I know Sal loves it.
Yeah, you better move on from there, your fucking self, mate.
Oh, why? I'm waiting for you, bro.
Nah, mate. What's next on your list?
Well, I've got questions, or I've got just a quick one I want to ask you on Welch, because you got limited minutes the other day.
Now, what happened there? If you're on Facebook, can somebody please inform us? What happened? Why was he hooked after 33 minutes? Like, what happened there?
Bloody hot, for one. It was ridiculously hot, but I'm not sure if he copped a head knock or anything like that. Don't think he did. Con, did you see any sort of head knocks or anything?
No.
In the way of the Welch?
No.
All right, Kevin Nimmett, hold on, just quickly says, would you sell Murray Tedesco, Egan, and buy Walsh, Haas, and Grant? Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Brad Smith says, do you sell Murray or IPAP this week?
I'd probably sell Cam Murray.
I'd go the other way.
All right.
If I was going to sell.
Dan Nichols, who's going higher this week? Hammer, Sloan, or Sania Taruva?
Taruva, I think. Who was the first one?
Hammer.
Ooh. Hopefully the Hammer, because I'm an owner.
Taruva.
But Taruva.
All right.
Taruva, Hammer, Sloan in that order.
And David Bruce says, Isaiah Yeo from the Panthers, hasn't heard a word about him. Do you guys think he'll score big now?
No, you just keep chugging along doing what he does.
Look, the onus is on them a bit more, like him, Nathan, Luai without Harpy, but they haven't worked out how to do it. So it comes down to when they work it out. He was chugging along nice last year, Isaiah Yeo, when they had their attack linked nice. Yeah,
he's still just at 60s, man.
Yeah, but he's...
Yeah, when he jags a try, he goes higher than that.
Yeah.
Lower scores towards the origin period, but he's
a
consistent chugger.
There are better out there than him. Especially while the money's where it's
at. All right. Mark Steele says, hey, boys.
Smarky.
Yeah. Dewey to Birdo. Shit go or what?
Look, Birdo's had one good game.
Yeah, 2 average games.
I'd only go Dewey to Munster or Hines via Jules.
Yeah.
Well, at 5'8", I'd probably only go Dewey to Munster.
Yeah, I think across the Birdo's a bit sideways.
Dylan Brown tempts me, Ezra Mam tempts me, but I just can't bring myself to trade him in my team somewhere. I don't know what it is, I just can't do it.
He looks good, bro. He looks real good.
Who?
Ezra Mam.
Yeah, I like Ezra.
Dual Bags has impressed me over the last fortnight.
Yeah, well, he had that first shit game where he did absolutely nothing and then been very impressive the last fortnight. I have to agree with that.
Alrighty. What else you got on your list there? Back to Welch.
Just to Welch. I'm not sure what happened, but for me, if I had the luxury, again, talking luxury trades, because let's face it, it's not, you'd have some sort of backup there. Welch wouldn't be your only front rower, you'd have some sort of backup. But some of them do have him as a premium starting front rower, if you know what I mean, over your Tarpanies, your Haas's and stuff like that. So if that was the case for me, like I'd have to upgrade him. I'm lucky I got a Haas, and I'll ride out of Stefano, But if you've got Welch just as your,
I got him, Collins, Uto, and Kepi. So I desperately am in need of an upgrade there. But for me, it's a luxury trade.
Well, at this point, yeah, like you've got Collins has only got the bye. He's not hurt or anything like that.
Nah.
And then Uto's doing a job. He's not
Uto's been the best one out of all them.
I keep not playing him.
He's not setting the world on fire, but he's doing his job very good. Kepi's a dud.
Told yous.
Oh, you know what? I would rather kept Kepi over fucking Murdoch Masila, who I've ended up with.
True that.
Sweet as. All right, cool. I'm just looking for one of those blokes that's not a coach killer. Like I said, if you can make me 100k and then be a stepping stone to my fourth, I'll be cheering.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about that. So I'll go.
There's just none. Moale was looking good, and then he went.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Steph's been the only one that's actually made some coin and going to make some decent coin pretty quickly with that try that he scored last week.
All right, we'll do the questions and then we'll chat some captain options and shit for the week, eh? All right, Kieran Myler, thoughts on prioritising using my cash to go CNK to Garrick instead of Hines and get Dill Bags in next week for Dewey? Means I won't get Hines until at least round 8.
Could be dangerous, especially if you're not running Cleary, to not have one of those, like high ceiling halfbacks. And Dill Brown, I'd you've got to watch him for another week, see how he goes this week.
Well, from here, if like granted you're not going to get Nico's points, but Nico will have price changes by then too, so he might have come down.
I feel playing for overall, you take Garrick, who's just had his bye. Nico's bye's coming up. So you take Garrick and he doesn't have a bye and you just ride his points out and you get Nico in after his bye.
Yeah. So go Garrick this week and
you got to remember,
next week.
Manly have only played 2.
Well, I didn't say anything about going Dillbag.
No,
that's what he's saying, but I didn't say anything about that one. I'd try and find the money for Munster personally, but
that'd be my thoughts
that's
too.
just me.
But then again, you'll get a week look at Munster and let's see what happens this week. Does he come out of his shell or is he, playing a bit more subdued because that finger's not 100% yet?
And
the finger, you're right.
Or if Dillbag comes out and pumps out another 28 this week, his break-even's going to be pretty high next week. He's still going to be that interested.
Yeah, that's true too. When you can wait a week.
Yeah, it's it. Wait a week, get him up cheaper.
Or don't get him, get Munster. That was more my point.
Yeah. What do you got there?
New one?
Yeah.
Brian Ings, looking to wait and see how Nico comes back from injury. Ready to offload Sam Walker after last week and thinking Tyson Gamble could be worth a punt.
No.
And a cash grab as a backup half until Nico bottoms out. A hard no from Con.
And he's a Knights fan.
Look,
You've been thinking about it. You mentioned it to me earlier today.
Well, he scored okay 2 games, but he's definitely scored tries, if not 2, over the past 2 weeks.
So his base is...
So he's definitely jagging tries in what he's doing. But like Con said, when KP comes back, there's no room for him in the side.
Yeah.
I don't see him getting a 14 or anything like that either.
Yeah.
So it's a massive gamble with the gamble.
Yeah.
Look, could work out if KP's on the sideline for
move on, Bergs.
4 weeks.
Move on, Bergs.
All right, Jared Watson, Watto. 2 blokes, 1 draft. Hey, fellas, I'm thinking of boosting, going Teddy to Walsh, but unsure of the other 2 trades. I do go Hughes to Hines or Dewey to Munster. Dill Bags if I go Hines or Dill Bags. I can get a no-for to Carraz, but if I go Munster, I can only go Lockie Miller. I think I've lost myself in there. Sorry, Watto. Alright, we'll go the first bit. Teddy to Walsh.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Unsure on the other two. Do I go from Hughes to Hines or
Dewey to Munster.
Dewey to Munster / Dill Bags? We've already discussed Munster over Bags.
Yeah.
So
And then what was the next part?
if I go Hines or Dill Bags, I can get no-for to Carraz. But if I go Munster, I can only get Lockie Miller.
Anyone who you sort of recommend below Lockie Miller in terms of cash-wise for him to fill out his centres? Because I like the Munster. I like the Munster trade, but then, yeah, I don't know if I want to be stuck with Lockie Miller as a result of that.
Lockie's looks good. He
Is
looks
scoring
okay.
well?
Yeah, he's got a 92 on the last week.
Sweet ass.
Hadn't done two. I think he hadn't gone over 50 prior to that, but it was all base.
He's busy.
Yeah, it was all base at.
Going 52, 50, 98.
There you go. So yeah, 52.
And
50.
All right, so he could be a smoky.
There was only one line break in that 52 and 50. So it's pretty much just base power.
And then what did he get on the weekend? Line break, try assist?
He got a 98 with 2 tries, 2 try assists, and a line break assist.
Yeah, so a lot of attacking stats in there to get there.
Yeah. Look, Carraz has got good base. You got to give that to Carraz.
Monster base. He's just offloading willy-nilly. He doesn't even really care where he goes. He's just throwing it.
Well then,
Which
yeah,
is great super catch.
I'd probably go Hughes to Hines, and then get rid of no-for to Carraz. I'll fucking leave Munster a week or two.
Yeah, fair call.
That's me.
I mean, I'm personally leaning that way too. If I'm stuck with that sort of constraint, I'm personally leaning that way too. At least look at Munster for a week and see what happens.
But what if he does those trades and then can't get the cash generation for Munster until round 9, 10? Because he just burned all his money on those trades there.
You want to hope he's got the generators going, like the cash generation.
Well, I mean, the beauty of going to Nico is he gets a free look, and if Nico's not performing, he can redistribute that cash, go straight to Munster.
We can't go. He can only get Hines or Bags. He can't get Munster.
What I'm saying is, if you get Hines now and Carraz, then you've got 2 weeks to look at Hines, and otherwise that cash is safely parked for 2 weeks.
But if he's got no jewels, he can't get the Munster.
Yeah, but you might be able to do that over the course of the next couple of weeks. Bring in someone who is a jewel. Find a way to work that one out.
But I'm assuming he's going to have Shuey and...
Sure, you can always put in your second row. Katoa's probably who you'd bring in just so you could do the jewels, but it depends on how he's going.
I'd say he'd have Katoa.
Yeah.
I'd imagine. I don't know, actually. No idea.
All
Good luck, Watto.
Stone Cold, Steve Austin has, you know what, he's probably just rolled his eyes and thought, what a fuckwit. Probably
Stone Cold said so.
He's probably fucking heard that half his life, poor bastard. Hey lads,
316.
I'm pretty set on my trades, but wrote down some that I've been floating around this week. Thoughts on Bags and Munster in for Dewey. We've touched on that. I think Munster's the man there, conclusively, isn't he?
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Walsh. Touched on that a bit too tonight. I'm not going near him, but you seem very keen.
All over it.
And you going near him?
Bro, he was going to be in my start until he wasn't playing the start.
There you go. The boys are
Ditto.
on. Thoughts on Nico? I'm waiting a week, I think. I'm going to wait and watch and see.
I've reversed and gone to Munster at the moment.
Have you?
Talk myself into it.
Thoughts on jumping on Shuey a week early?
And see, that was what that's what I've done at the moment, is I've jumped
If
on
you need
Shuey.
cash generation, I understand it. Apart from that, I'll take another look.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. And like someone said, I think it was
Because surely you got like bigger problems than just bringing in Shuey a week
9
early.
was base and power, wasn't it?
If I can do Teddy to Walsh and have enough cash to still get Munster Hines, I'll do that. I'll take the extra look at Shuey till next week, and that's just a straight downgrade from Ponga Bank 300k plus whatever his price rise is. You know, like sweet. All right, cool.
The thing doing it this week, if you don't have any other issues, is
If he brains it, you get his points.
or if you run into big issues like I did from week 1 to week 2, where I didn't trade after week 1, looking good, and then about 6 players went out. I was like, holy shit, I don't have enough trades now.
Yeah.
So you just pull the trigger on Shuey now maybe, and so then you've still got at least those 2 trades there for next week ready to go if shit does hit the fan.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Thoughts on Welch out? Now, I'm going to just reading down here, so I'm going to cross off the other one. Personally, if I had the money there and it did have the luxury trade, I would trade out Welch for Gilbert. Gilbert's been chugging along very nice.
Yeah, I just looked at his base today, and very impressive.
You guys laughed at him when I had him in my team in the preseason.
Well, it was an unknown thing, especially with Ray Stone on the bench, and no one knew anything about the Dolphins yet.
He was 435k to start the season. What's he at now?
He's not over too far over 500, but don't worry, you can get him.
Yeah, right, sweet.
He's probably near a clean swap for Welch.
He was 435, probably had a crack 5.
Yeah, so thoughts on Garrick over Walsh? I'm a fan of that.
Yeah,
well, because he's got the goal kicking and got turbo.
That's it. The goal kicking's the extra reliability there.
But the masses are going Walsh, and the money's to be made on Walsh too. Like, you may miss out on some Garrick points that Walsh might not get, or he might even exceed Garrick's points. You never know.
But you could ride the Walsh train for 2 weeks, and then he might be that straight swap to Garrick, the same way Carraz might be. You know what I mean? One more good score from Carraz, and he's pretty much a straight swap to Garrick, if you want to go that way.
Or Reece Walsh comes out and doesn't get those attacking stats and busts out of 13, has that one semi-decent price rise because his break-even's only minus 32, and then all of a sudden he's leaking cash. Well, Garrick's break-even's 33. He ain't going underneath that. He could be going up, and Walsh could be going down.
Yeah.
You trying to talk us all out of Walsh after going on about Walsh the whole podcast?
I'm just trying to see it from these other people's side.
He's just
Got
saying
me second guessing myself.
He's giving you the point of what Garrick can do, and he can get away from you while you're too busy.
Garrick's safe.
Tinkering with Walsh.
Walsh is still an unknown quantity at this time. Garrick, we're pretty safe and sure of what we're going to get out of him.
Garrick chugged along nicely.
Especially with Turbo playing. Even when he played fullback with Turbo out last year, he still didn't disgrace himself.
Exactly.
No, that's what you didn't start $800,000 for nothing.
That's it.
Exactly right. So yeah,
he done.
They've got 2 fullbacks on that field.
And he's
No, he doesn't play a fullback's role, but they've got 2 on there.
He does a fucking great stand-in job, but he's no Turbo.
Well, he
takes
his.
I'm
I'm
just saying, but they don't have that second fullback there. He's a winger.
Yeah, he takes his 15+ runs, kicks goals at 80+%, 85 even, and scores tries like he's going out of fashion. If not, he's getting line breaks and passing it back to Turbo, scoring a try, which is happy days for me. Anyway, not every. I was about to say everyone, but for me.
Then thoughts on Sloan. I know you're not a big fan. I don't own him. I don't.
I wouldn't begrudging anyone getting on him for the price rises, but I'll
how long
take away those 2 tries out of his last 2 games, and his price isn't changing. So
Dramatic.
if he stops scoring tries, his price is going to drop pretty quickly.
And last one, what's cheapy centre wing to play this week if we need to play one at all?
Do you take the gamble on Warbrick again?
I'll take the gamble on Alan Motti, maybe.
I'm trading Warbrick, fucking him.
AKP?
I'm dropping the brick.
They got a decent game.
I suppose he's not really a cheapie. Where am I playing?
I got AKP for that one. Maybe Khan Pereira.
I'm actually taking the punt and reserving Warbrick against the Tigers with Munster back.
Yeah.
As you guys said, though, he is a right winger, and even though Munster's back, Jerome Hughes is gone, and that could be very detrimental.
It could.
So, I don't know.
Now, got another one here from Jamie Flynn. Hello, lads. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the 11-day concussion rule. I'm all for player safety, but pending how the year goes, it could burn up a lot of trades.
Yeah, well, that's the great unknown that we didn't see coming Supercoach-wise, isn't it?
Well, there's opportunity for people to miss the double.
Well, they get HIA'd, you catch the low score, and then they're out.
If you play the Sunday and then in
Thursday in 4 nights' time.
Thursday in a fortnight's time, you're a massive chance of missing Or mathematically you miss that, don't you? You miss it no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's a touchy thing. Like, I think Wade Egan's looking at it now. He's got the 11 days, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's a couple that's got the 11 days. So yeah, it's look. I don't know how to really comprehend or break that one down.
All right. So this is my question. I don't have a question.
Well, okay. I'll think of a question for Con then. So Con's question was, with the 11 days, it's kidding, to be brutally honest. Like, 11 days is a long time in a sporting year. You know what I mean? In a sporting calendar. For them to miss 2 games, especially if it's a crucial player, and you know how you get them head knocks that they all swear blind that they haven't even copped a head knock, but they're cat ones because they stumbled around on the field or whatever. Like, it's depriving someone to work. Like, I know the worker himself doesn't mind staying home for the week, but as a teamster, you want to be there.
Yeah, when you get those doozies.
25k short of going Teddy for Munster and Hines. Spewing.
Who you got the camera on?
You.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so... Alright, that's the end of questions.
Hold on, I think I got a few here. Ross Mann says Welsh only played 32 minutes. Forwards were rotated because of the heat. Sean O'Veyer at crap start to the season. Cleary and Teddy in my side, feeling like I have to burn one, if not both. Got Cotter and Dewey to get rid of, though. Do I give Dewey and Teddy another week? Was thinking Reynolds or Dill Bags. Or Munster and waiting on Nico till after the bye round.
Not alone on the A-Ray thing. I've seen a few people talk about A-Ray. Not for me, but does have a good side around him this year, but I still think you want to be looking at Nico or Nave. Personally, although the numbers are saying A-Ray, aren't they? Even SJ's been doing pretty well. Another one Brado said jump on start of the year.
Just on that Welsh thing, Katoa played 80.
Yeah.
Loiero played 80. Josh King played 68 minutes. Tui Kamikamika, back from injury, played 41 minutes. Alec McDonald played 41 minutes. So if there's a heat rotation factor from the forwards, I don't see why Welch played the least minutes.
Do you have a couple of errors?
Not sure. Don't really recall if he overplayed his hand or not. But with the likes of Big Nelson and that out, you just think they couldn't afford to sit him, you know? He's a strike forward.
Well, he's there.
Captain.
He's a fella in the middle. Well, he's a leader, so... Hey.
Just with some matchups this week. We got some captain choices coming up this week.
Yeah, let's pump through 'em.
Decent enough matchups.
First game?
Is Para Penrith. Could VC a Nath there if you wanted to. Probably wouldn't, just on form.
Yep.
In the next game, but you could definitely...
What about Jermaine Hopgood up against his old side? Would you throw the sneaky VC on him?
Yeah. Look, last week I seen a lot of hate for fucking poor Hopgood last week. I swear we're the only 2 blokes that seen him get hit in the ankle, so he got an ankle injury early.
Not really?
Yeah.
No, what? Nobody else seen it?
Not many people.
If any?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody.
Yeah, Anthony. But yeah.
Yeah, no, he definitely copped a knock because the trainer went to him, pushed him away, made a few more tackles, and then he was gone not long after that.
Yeah, so I expect him to come back better, you know.
Yeah, he'll come back and just do the same old shit.
Yeah.
So VC?
No.
Look, I think you got to look more for a ceiling player when you're VCing.
Dude started out with 2 centuries, bro. Got
Yeah,
124. It's a higher ceiling than half the competition.
I know
Yeah,
that, but
when that's pretty much his ceiling, that's more a straight captain option, I feel. With
Yeah,
your
but on a
vice
Thursday
captain,
night,
you're looking for someone who's gangbusters and
150.
could go, 150 plus.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
On potential, like if any, you might VC a Taruva on the hopes he gets 3 or 4 tries.
No, you wouldn't.
I'm just saying.
Don't you
Yeah,
say.
I wouldn't.
But he's
Look, you're looking.
I hear what you're saying.
You're not looking
He's
at.
a
You're not
left.
looking to be seeing anyone in that game.
All right,
Let's
sweet as
move
next
on
game.
to where you are looking to be seeing people in the Melbourne versus Tigers game.
There you go.
So
Harry,
you're looking at Harry, Munster.
Nick Meaney, Sneaky.
Yeah, he'd be sneaky, but I'd still go Harry Munster first if I had him.
Yeah, I think if Munster's back, I think Munster and Harry are going to be the ones that clean up on points.
No, I
there.
don't even think you're crazy if you straight out captain one of the two of them.
Yeah.
So you could then have your VC in
Yeah, well,
kind of-
in that scenario, yes,
that's
absolutely.
where you could have your Taruva or your Hopgood
Yeah,
Nath.
do something
Yeah.
wild.
if you're definitely going to go captain on them. In saying that, next game again, there's like after Payne us come out last week, I know he's not going to get.
Broncos, Dolphins.
It's Broncos Dolphins. I expect a massive game. Payne can do anything. Safe captain choice. He's a solid 80 points a week, 70 points a week.
Don't expect a 300 from him.
No, you'll never get that.
As a captain, I mean, like.
You'll never 150
Yeah.
for you. No. But he's easy. Could get 100.
Yeah.
And he's solid as a rock, bar injury,
Yeah.
pretty much. His minutes aren't
Oh, yeah.
in question at any time.
Like,
or
if
anything
you
like that.
didn't have the juicy lineups that you got in other games this week, like last week, was it, when it was a pretty tough week? That was probably a good week to
Yeah, well,
captain Payne.
I was contemplating him or Harry. I ended up
Yeah.
on Harry, but Payne us was featured strongly in a lot of me chats. So.
Reece Walsh VC in that game.
Well, yeah. If you're gonna wait to hold on for a captain later on.
I was going to and sort of traded in Munster, but I'm just going to straight see Munster, I think.
Then the next game, you got the Cows versus the Titans.
Bow's a sneaky choice, I feel.
Bow's a sneaky choice, or even
Davey.
DV.
Oh, not if you captained DF last week.
Juzzy knows all about the DV
Yeah,
burn.
not going near him with either C for a long while.
Then the next game, we do have a couple potential captains in this one. We have Bunnies versus the Manly Sea Eagles. You could have Latrell over there at the Bunnies.
Turbo, Cam Murray.
Eric.
There's a few options in this particular matchup you could have. No sneaky pod ones, I don't think, in there, is there? No.
Oh, Keon Kalamatangi.
Campbell fucking Graham, actually.
Yeah.
Chugging along nicely. We speared Louis the opposite direction.
Olaquatu's due for a meat pie.
We got 2 meat pies last week, bro.
Yeah, but a good one where he runs over 6 people.
Yeah, okay.
Like
I'll
a
cop
40-pointer.
that. Then the next game, we got another game where we could get some points. Warriors versus the Dogs. Not a bad game, this one. Could have Karaz for some points.
Tohu.
Tohu for some points. Tohu's chugging along fucking lovely, isn't he?
Yeah.
There's another one every year. I miss
60 odd
Tohu.
last week. I'd Boyd Toe
Would ya?
as a captain choice.
Oh, as a
absolutely.
captain choice, yeah. Not as a player, though, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
No, God.
fucking weapon, bro. Yeah, they're probably the only ones I'd jump on there. Then the next game, you got Newcastle versus Canberra.
Even now, I wouldn't go near captain and Karaz, and it's almost too late to vice him unless you got Hines in the last game, I feel.
And even then, Hines is a bit dicey coming back from Carfi.
I think if you're getting Hines, you're captaining him.
Yeah, you feel that's
If you're getting him in, you're expecting big things, aren't you?
you must be.
Put your money where your mouth is and you throw a C on him.
Yeah.
I would.
How you doing it?
Oh, well, I had it on him until I talked myself into Munster.
Which you've thrown the C on anyway, so you've got
Yeah,
Whoever
either
you-
way, I was going to captain Hines or now I'm going to captain Munster.
whoever
so.
you brought in,
yeah.
you've assumed scoring some big points
Yeah.
this week. We're at there, and then the last game is Dragons and the Sharks. There's a couple of options in there in amongst those games.
Bronson Sherry? Oh, mate, sorry.
You know, he's got another year to go on his bed.
And he'll be back at the Dogs.
Yes, he will. Fuck yes, guys.
All kept tied up and free to
Yeah.
go.
All
Woo!
about-
It's huge.
All about a second chance at the Dogs, guys, you know. You know how we're a good family club.
Hines is my only man in that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Kennedy, sneaky, but he's just back from an injury, isn't he? Or no? No, something else.
No, he does link up well good with Nico
okay.
Butt. Him and Nico have a bit of a good combination.
And the ball seems to be asked for him.
Yeah. He's got the
He's
magic.
one of those guys, yeah.
Got the footy magic, mate. Now, that's all I got for that. Now, should I read out Adrian's thing?
Nah, bro, I think we're done.
That's all I've got to say about
I'll
that.
I'll read out a round recap next week
Sounds good.
from me mate at Windsor Chinese. If you're ever in the Hawkesbury, jump up there and eat some Windsor Chinese.
Sweet as. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Stay happy, be kind.
Peace.